Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to be honest with you if I may. Allow me to be as honest and candid with you as humanly possible. You already know who it is, man. Good Dot back again once again. Let's go ahead and lock in. Excuse me. Growing up, ladies and gentlemen, I was not the cool kid. Clearly, right? Growing up, I was not the cool kid. I got the great grades, man. Graduated with a 3.68 GPA. I knew my shit. I was good at what I did. Put my head into my books. Yes, did I like a couple of ladies when I was in high school? Absolutely. Did it work out? Absolutely not. Right? That was my life. Story of my life. And I can honestly tell you, had I not moved abroad, had I not dealt with women internationally, had I not allowed myself to immerse in a different culture and build confidence over time, chances are I am 100,000% sure I would end up being a young lady's safe choice, not their first choice. I repeat, I would be the safe choice, not their first choice. Now, a lot of y'all sit there and be like, Doc, what do you mean, bro? What do you mean that you would be the safe choice, not the first choice, right? You know, back in high school, man, you always had that group of the cool kids, right? Whether you were where you were an athlete, playing sports, basketball, football, any of the top sports, baseball even, you know, at my school was popular. You were a part of the Gothic crew. For some reason, the Gothic skateboarder crew, like there was always a niche in there where, you know, guys were considered to be the cool kids, the outsiders and shit. I was never really part of that crew. Luckily for me, I got my cool points because my brother hung out with the cool kids. My brother was, quote unquote, a cool kid, right? So my brother's 2 years older than me. I was pretty much known as Brandon's younger brother, right? That was it. That was the story of my fucking life growing up. And I was cool with that, right? Because I wasn't really out there looking to seek attention, right? But you know how being the safe choice would be the guy that a lot of girls get with in the West after they've dealt with the bad boys, right? So you would be the friend or the shoulder to cry on when old buddy ended up beating them guts up and she just needed somebody to complain about him too. That would be me, probably. Now, a lot of people will think, yo, Doc, you're being really hard on yourself. But wait until you hear the transition before you judge. Wait till you hear the transition before you judge, right? But I would consider myself, I would have highly likely grown up to be the safe choice, not the first choice, right? The nice guy. And growing up, that shit did rub me the wrong way, man. I was seeing all the bad boys and all the guys that used to get in the shit, smoke weed and do all that bad shit, get all the girls. And I'd be like, damn, yo, if I was that way, man, I'd get bitches too. That was my thought process, but I'm just not built that way, right? Doc's not built like that. That's not me. Y'all know that's not me. I'm not thugged out, man. I'm not about to go out there and claim a gang. I'm not about to do all that extra shit to get some attention or to get girls to like me. That just wasn't it for me. But in reality, I ain't gonna sit there and lie to you and tell you that shit did hurt growing up, bro. That shit did hurt growing up, seeing all these no good N-words, getting all the baddest bitches, right? But I ate it, right? I just sat there, I ate it, I kept it pushing, I did me, right at the end of the day. So, safe choice, never first choice. Bad boys got the first choice. I would always be the guy that would probably potentially, with all due respect, if I had continued on that trajectory, high school, still stayed in the West, probably end up with a bitch I probably don't want to be with. Probably depressed, lonely, figuring, well, this is the only girl that I could possibly be with, so that's why I'm going to just go ahead and choose her, lock her down, and be done with it. That would have been my choice. That would have been the safe choice for myself to make because I was the safe choice for them. But let me tell you how this transitions, being the safe choice, and how I know it transitions for me because I learned how to lean into my own skill sets, how I talk to the young ladies, the confidence I gained talking with young ladies overseas and all that stuff. Let me tell you how it works now when it comes to being the safe choice. Now that I've taken it upon myself to interracially date, that I've taken it upon myself to, you know, luckily have an experience overseas in the Philippines and, you know, becoming a product of my environment and dealing with Filipinas and shit like that, gaining the confidence and all that shit. Now, what I've learned about myself is I'm still the safe choice, but in a whole different spectrum, right? A lot of these young ladies, with all due respect, have never been with a black guy a day in their life, but they've always been curious. When it comes to me being the safe choice, when it comes to me being the safe choice, I've always been the guy that they run to now when they're looking to try to be with somebody of my skin complexion. Now, a lot of people will be like, Doc, what the fuck, man? What do you mean? I'm that happy medium, right? I talk proper. I think I dress pretty well. Well-spoken, well-mannered, all that shit. But I look like this. So for any girl that has never tried a black guy before, but they're interested and they don't want to go to the super thug, the super Pookie or the Ray Ray, Doc focuses as the happy medium. I'm the guy that they go to when they want to try black for the first time. At least that's how it was back in the day. Oh my God, these black guys are so nice. I've always wanted to date a black guy, but you're so sweet. You talk nice to me. You know, you're not calling me bitches. You're not calling me hoes. You know, you're nothing like how they projected, with all due respect when they say this, your people on TV. You're nothing like that. I like that about you. Can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Now, at that time, I had already grown into myself, grabbed a little confidence, man. There was very few things that I would find to be offensive in any way, shape, or form. Girl, if you was giving me that ass, I could care less. Look, if you was gonna let me bust them cheeks, girl, you could have said goddamn anything, man. And not going super crazy racist, but if you could have said anything, and I'd have been like, bitch, I'm still gonna blow your back out, so I don't care, right? But I became the safe choice in that regard. I don't want to deal with the guys that hold the guns, who smoke the weed, who wear their pants down to their fucking kneecaps. They don't want that shit. They wanted somebody like me. Now, if they chose to transition to the super thug after me, who cared, right? If they wanted to be with the super thug after me, nobody gave a fuck. 9 times out of 10, they didn't want to go that far. So Doc focused on us being the happy medium, right? I was the type of guy that you could introduce to your mommy and daddy if you wanted to, if I ever let it get that far, and everything would be kosher, right? I was the guy that you wanted to introduce to your friends and shit if I let it get that far. Or I was the guy that you told your friends about, oh my God, I met this black guy, he's so sweet, he's so this, he's so that. All of the shit that would have put me in the last place as the second choice in the Western world is what got me laid, probably first priority before any of the super thugs prior to anything. So now when people say that I'm the safe choice or you're focusing on being the safe choice, there's nothing wrong with being the safe choice overseas, at least for me. Because the transition of the safe choice in the Philippines is a whole lot different than the transition of the safe choice in the Western world. Being who I am as an individual, honing in on who I am as an individual and being this guy has got me laid 9 times out of 10. I didn't have to be the super thug. I did not have to be the guy that smoked the weed with the pants down to his kneecaps and shit and his ankles and shit. I didn't have to be that. I was perfectly cool and perfectly acceptable being who the fuck that I was. I didn't care. They didn't care about all this extra shit. You know what they see on TV. A lot of girls are really turned off overseas. A lot of them are really turned off by it. Now, let's not act like we can't address the elephant in the room that a lot of the Pookies and the Ray Rays now are traveling to places that we like to frequent, right? Places that we like to travel overseas. More specifically, the Philippines, maybe not so much, but it could be. More so, they're your DR, Colombias, Brazils, and places like that. That's kind of where you see the super thugs traveling, right? They will eventually infiltrate. I'm pretty sure they'll find their way, you know, due to this whole passport bro movement shit. They'll find their way overseas in the Philippines, whatnot. It's bound to happen anytime, any place, anywhere. But still, Doc served as the safe choice overseas, and it worked. And it was beneficial. It was more efficient than a whistle. And I can honestly say, man, it changed my life. I developed confidence. I developed all of what I am today as a result of me being a brother overseas in the Philippines, talking to women, and you know, that shit just comes with the territory over time. And I'm proud to say that I am a product of being an overseas baby, being, you know, I wouldn't say I was a military brat. We went overseas a little bit, but I'm a product of a life-changing transition overseas. It may not be as present as it would be for somebody who is a product of divorce, or not, I mean, not a product of, but, you know, has been divorced and going overseas and looking to change their, you know, change the trajectory of their life and shit, because it was all downhill. I may not be a result of it from that particular standpoint, but I am a person that at one time probably was the safe choice in the Western world, but became the safe choice in the Philippines and ended up racking up. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I hope this video provides some context. I just wanted to get it off my chest, man. I don't know exactly what you get out of it. Maybe you get something, maybe you don't, and it's okay. It's been a good Doc, man. Y'all stay blessed, y'all stay true, man. Doc's out. Peace.